Hi, welcome back and welcome to my first video in 2023. My name is Anya. This is my Namaste yoga channel. And I'm here today because Mercury is stationing direct. So it's coming out of its retrograde phase. And today I want to give you a brief introduction or overview on what that means and yoga practice that helps you embody and potentially balance those energies and help you move through them with more ease and grace. So let's come and sit down for a moment so I can give you an overview of those energies that are currently present and you may have been feeling for a while. So Mars is going through a very long phase in the sign of Gemini. And the planet Mars in astrology is related to our drive, our passion. So kind of very much about our navel chakra in a way. So how we go out into the world and assert ourselves. It is related to our physical energy and hence also to our immune system. It's initiative. It's about a healthy sense of aggression, which might be difficult to get your head around, can also be, of course, an unhealthy sense of aggression. It's about how we extend ourselves into our environment, finds ego and propels it into the future. It's the masculine principle, yang energy, so solar energy. So in terms of in yoga, you have the vayus, the winds, the way that energy moves. So it would be like an upward moving energy. And of course, it's related to the idea of man, or as I already said, masculine principle. So in the sign of Gemini, that Gemini is a mutable air sign. So it means it is flexible, changeable, and it is the sign that actually goes from one season in the northern hemisphere being spring into summer. So it's on that transition. So Gemini is the idea of the twins. It's a relational sign. It's about the thoughts, our mind, back and forth exchange through language. It is about gathering information, and has difficulty to keep a single focus. Yeah, so it's also in terms of body parts, it's twofold body parts. So first of all, it is related, or it rules the upper respiratory system, our lungs. So we have two lungs. We have the idea of in and exhaling. It's related to our arms and our hands. And so the Mars has been retrograde in the sign of Gemini and is now coming out of this retrograde, and we call that, or that is called Mars is stationing direct. Yeah, so coming out of a retrograde phase and it's stationing. So as it is reversing movement, it takes a while for the planet to pick up speed. So it will be in the same degree for another 2 weeks nearly. So even though now that retrograde period is over in that sign, it still takes some time for Mars to pick up speed. And at the same time, we have a Mercury retrograde going on. Why is that relevant, you might ask? And that's relevant because the Mars retrograde has been in the sign of Gemini, and also Mars will still be in the sign of Gemini for some time to come, for another 2 months and more. And so Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury. So this Mars retrograde and the Mercury retrograde are connected. Mercury, or the idea of Mercury, is about communication, again, thoughts, also movement and transportation. So that's often why we say the communication in a way that communication moves through our devices, how we move in the world on public transport, and also how our thoughts move, how we move, all that might be impacted under a Mercury retrograde. And these periods are always good periods to revise, rethink. In the case of Mercury, really use that period for planning. That's also a good one for the Mars retrograde, as in thinking about how we want to go forward and also checking what is it that really drives us and are we still aligned with that? And if not, we can kind of realign. So these are always the ideas of a retrograde phase. It's not a phase to be scared of or hide in your bedroom or something. However, you may have experienced a stretch of time where energy could have been very low. And what I haven't said yet, that the Mars retrograde period is in Capricorn, which is an earth sign. It's a cardinal earth sign, and it's Saturn ruled. So that means it's it's kind of serious, dutiful sign. It's also the teacher. It's not a bad energy. It's an energy that actually helps us keep healthy boundaries, to go step by step towards a goal. It's quite sober and guarded and controlled and cautious. So very contradictory to that Gemini energy. So all these things are connected, and you may have felt like maybe that lightness of movement being much more impacted or held back by either health issues or heavy thought processes, overthinking, or even just not being able to express yourself, difficulties keeping focus. All these kind of things may have been things that you have experienced during the past couple of weeks or even months, as Mars actually started its retrograde period quite a while ago, back in October. Mercury will come out of its retrograde on January the 18th. Mars is stationing direct on the 12th of January 2023. So in this period, things might start to slowly unravel, first of all, in your communication, in the ways you want to move forward, in your thinking, in your relationship to yourself, relationship to others. So enough said. Let's start by engaging in a practice that will hopefully help you balance those energies and give you enough, especially kind of staying power, help you expand your breath. And at the same time, stay grounded and calm so you can deal with those energies better. And today we're going to start lying down, but we're going to lie on the side. But before we do that, find a comfortable seated posture. If you haven't done that yet, you can sit on a blanket, on a chair, on the floor. You can sit cross-legged or on your heels as I am now. And just close your eyes and ground through your sitting bones. And then bring your hands together in front of your heart. And just sensing the breath in the center of your chest on your inhale. And then sense it moving down on your exhale into the belly. At the end of the exhale, you can gently pull the belly against the spine, the navel against the spine. Releasing the breath on the inhale, have it move up into the heart. Exhale down, just a few more deep in and exhales like this. Without forcing, just coming aware of that movement of breath in the body. And then bow your head to your heart. And we set an intention for the practice if you feel you resonate with that. Just to help you understand and embrace the lessons of those energies. To really ask Mercury and Mars for help to help you understand their lessons and align with your own truth. And bring that into the body with your breathing. I'm going to rub your hands together. Cup your eyes with your palms. Take a few deep in and exhale. And releasing any tension from the face, from your eyes. You can sigh if you like. And then as you open eyes, just from the top of your head, just move your hands down across the body. And just getting rid of any kind of debris that might have come loose. And then we start lying on our left elbow. And we're going to extend the left leg, place the right leg comfortably in front. You can place a pillow, a bolster underneath. And I'm going to place the right hand here where the ribs are, on the sides of the rib cage. And we're going to twist the head, but only towards the right, but only if that's okay for your neck. Otherwise, just find a comfortable position. Make sure you don't completely slouch here, just push that elbow down. And then we're going to start with a breath of fire, which is a Mars and a Mercury related breath. So we're going to actively in and exhale through the nose. If for some reason you get dizzy, it's too much, just come back to normal breathing. You can also do it with that. If you have a little more capacity or want to give it a go, find in and exhale through the nose. So. And last round, last 10 times. Deep inhale. Hold the breath, bring the pelvic floor in and up. Bring your chin towards your chest. And then exhale, just push yourself up. And sit in a cross-legged position, hands resting on your knees for a moment. Just feel the natural breath. Yeah, so we're clearing the lungs, anything that has become stagnant there, gently, slowly. Just root down through your sitting bones. So you always feel that connection to earth. You want to be really connected to earth as you open maybe the higher energy centers. So come and rest on your right elbow, stretch out your right leg, left knee in front. Place your left hand on the left side of your rib cage. You can either turn your head left over your shoulder. If it's too much, just find a comfortable position. Really push yourself, push down through, so you're not slouching here. Just push it down so you have the shoulder and elbow in line. And we're going to do the same breath of fire. If that's not available to you, you just find a long, comfortable, deepen and exhale. And last 10. Deep inhale. Hold a breath, bring the chin to the chest, bring the pelvic floor in and up. And then exhale, just come into a comfortable cross-legged posture, the other shin in front, arms facing up, rooting down through your sitting bones. Just feel your natural breath. And then place your palms the other direction. And we're going to start circling first from our navel in a clockwise direction, 5 circles. And just sense your breathing in the belly area. Lower back, hips. And then we're going to make them bigger. And we're going to move now from the heart center, from the chest. And going to breathe into the front, side, and back of our rib cage. And breathe deeply. You can also take the shoulders with you if you like for a change. Make sure you open when you come front and you round as you go back. 2 more. And slowing down as you do this. And then we're going to change direction, bring the other shin in front. And we're going to start anti-clockwise from the belly. So just use the navel to move. Breathing into the lower back, the hips and the belly. And then we're going to make those circles bigger again. And really enjoy just sensing your breath, giving your breath space. Maybe you've worked a lot, just coming back to your body and your breath. And slowly come back. Root down through your sitting bones for a moment. Place your palms facing up. Just change or sense the potential change in energy. And then we're going to do one last sequence. So come front on all fours. And we're going to tuck the toes under, bring the seat to the heels. Rest the forehead on the ground, open the fingers wide. Open the toes in the back, and then we're going to activate the arms, push the hands into the ground, round our back, drop the head, roll up on all fours, and then straighten the legs for downward facing dog. And then we're going to walk the dog on the spot a little bit. So we're going to straighten one leg, bend the other knee. Going from side to side, and again, just really aligning ourselves with the breath. So The idea is to give preference to your breath. I give you asana, but you focus on the breathing. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bringing the heel down. And then we're just going to move back. And you can keep your knees bent. Just grab the elbows from below for a moment. Just hang for a second here. Letting go of your head. Let the elbows become heavy. Release the crown. And shake everything out. And then really just pucker your lips and just so let go of any stress and tension. And one more time. And you can make a sound. And then very slowly, just bend the knees, bring the tailbone down and roll your vertebra up, but push the feet down so it's active in your legs. And then bring your arms up as you come up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. And you just remember the intention again, just to really understand the lessons of these retrograde periods and to get support for that from both Mars and Mercury, or just find your own intention if that doesn't resonate. So then interlace your thumbs, bring the index fingers together, and again we're going to do one round of breath of fire. If you can bring the feet together, if that doesn't work for you, bring them a little bit apart. See if you can straighten the legs and tilt the pelvis. So just bring it, instead of this way, just bring the pubic bone up, tailbone down. And then we're just going to do the breath of fire again, 10 to 20 times, whatever is okay for you. Do not force, otherwise just deep breathing. Deep inhale. And exhale, release. Bend the knees, half forward bend, inhale. Step or jump back into a plank position and just bring the ribs in, feel your breath, and really find all 5 toes on the ground and your the balls of the feet on the ground, heels pushing back, your ribs and your thighs activated. Bring the knees down, chest and chin. Roll the shoulders back, and you can come into a small or higher cobra depending on your level of flexibility here. Exhale, bring your forehead down. Inhale, come on all fours, bring your seat to your heels. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 deep in and exhales, in and exhaling through the nose. Inhaling into the heart, exhaling down into the pelvis. And at the end of the exhale, pull the belly button in and up. And see if you can lower your heels, only if that's available. 2 more times. Come up on the toes. Either jump or walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, half forward bend. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. So you have 2 options. If you have more time, do 5 of those. And if you are a little bit short of time, just bring the feet together, hands together. And then inhale, we come up on the toes. And exhale, we bring the heels down. Inhale on the count of 4. And exhale on a count of 5. Inhale on the count of 4. Exhale on the count of 6. Keep your eyes on one level. Inhale on the count of 4. Exhale on the count of 7. Relaxed gaze. And then 4 and 8. And then bring the hands together in front of your chest. And then very slowly come up on the toes and come into a squat. If that doesn't work for you, have your hands help you as you go down. And then slowly and gently sit back. You can also have your hands again help you. And then roll down onto the ground. Bring your arms out to the sides. Feet as wide as your mat. And then on your exhale, let both knees go to the left. You can either keep your head in the center or look over to the right hand and really ground your shoulders as you do this. Pull the tailbone back. Inhale, knees back to center. Exhale, change side. If you have time, stay here on the floor in Shavasana. Otherwise, we're just going to do a very brief Shavasana. But if you want more, just switch off the video now. Otherwise, count back from 10 to 0. And with every exhale, let go of more tension in your body, in your breath, in your mind. And place your feet onto the mat. Stretch out. Look at your hands, your fingers, your feet. Roll onto one side into fetus posture. Feel the earth underneath you. And gently push yourself up into a comfortable seated posture. Place one hand onto the belly below the navel and one hand onto the center of the chest. And then give thanks for your practice. Give thanks to yourself and thanks to all the experiences you have had under this Mars and Mercury retrograde period. Thanks for everything you have experienced. And then we dedicate the merits of our practice to all beings without one exception. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me today. And if you have enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, share the video. Feel free to comment and also feel free to donate if you enjoy my free resources. You find the link in my show notes. And otherwise, I wish you a beautiful period with Mars and eventually also Mercury coming out of its retrograde or their retrograde period. I look forward to seeing you again. This year, I will dedicate my videos to Mars and Venus-related transits. So watch out for those coming up. Namaste.